relied wholly on the use of herbs, shrubs, and solid minerals as medicine for the treatment of sicknesses and diseases. Interestingly, they lived out their years in strength and agility without what is being referred to today as premature death. In current time, the patronage of Western Orthodox drugs has navigated humanities, especially the blacks, from the use of what would have been natural medicine. In current time, the patronage of Western Orthodox drugs has navigated humanities, especially the blacks, from the use of what would have been natural medicine. This has resulted in the introduction of several known and unknown ailments, some of which has defiled solutions. However, some smart countries like in the Asia, Far Eastern Europe, and the Arabian world have embarked on revamping the ancient practice in the use of natural medicine, not only for treatment of ailments, but for the economic benefits thereof. In this episode of your regular program, Business and Economy, Professor of Natural Medicine, or Phytomedicine as the case may be, Dr. Ben Amodu, is my guest and will be joining us immediately after the business news to discuss on how to promote economic buoyancy of the country by strengthening the alternative medicine in Nigeria. Stay with us. Addressing the stakeholders at the one-day sensitization workshop in Abuja, Executive Vice Chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, explained that the Commission is working hard to make sure that goods and services maintain the needed quality while soliciting collaboration.
We have to ensure that when people buy goods, they buy goods that are worth the money that they pay for the goods. We have to make sure that our goods are of good quality. We have to make sure that we keep fake products away from our markets. What FCCPC stands for is for the rights of consumers of all products and services in this country, and it's not going by any means, it's not by any means a simple job. We need the collaboration and assistance of all and sundry.
Speaking with newsmen in an interview at the sideline of the event, Dr. Abdullahi disclosed that the Commission is set to evacuate fake and substandard goods in line with the Act establishing the FCCPC.
The Act that establishes the FCCPC gives us the powers to evacuate fake and adulterated products from the market. And that's exactly what we are doing. Whenever we go to the market, we get reports that some food items are adulterated or fake, we evacuate. So they are not in the market, so nobody can buy them.
Other partners present commended the FCCPC for the sensitization, saying standardization and certification of products enhance good quality.
I believe that this sensitization campaign will promote awareness and stimulate a culture of quality and insistence on consumer rights. Standardization and certification of products is what enhances food quality, safety, and fair pricing, as products that meet specified requirements are deemed as fit for purpose.
Program put together by FCCPC. As we are all aware, fruits naturally are supposed to ripe on their own.
The workshop had in attendance all relevant stakeholders, including the representatives of Farmers Association, Trade Association, as well as Market Women Association. ILE EMEJE, ASO Television News. Our guest is already seated in our studio, and he is the first African professor of phytomedicine, and he is Dr. Ben Amodu. Doctor, you are welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
All right. This administration is already 1 year in office. And how would you assess the performance of the health sector under this present administration in the last 1 year? How has it been?
Well, so Professor Patti, I've worked with him before, Federal Minister of Health. Dr. Lausa, I've heard much about him, an American-based practitioner. I think they are trying their best with the school enrollment for nurses, identifying gaps here and there. I think they are on the right path to pick up in the health sector.
Okay, and as you are aware, many Nigerians have expressed concern that the cost of drugs in the country has gone beyond the reach of the masses. How would you agree or disagree to this?
It's not a question of agreeing or disagreeing. A lot of companies are moving out the economic situation, the dollar to naira exchange rate, that even big companies are threatening to move out, including Guinness, that has been in Nigeria for 75 years. So it's a question of the prevailing exchange rate and the economic environment and cost of production of these drugs. Most of these foreign companies are performing at a loss, and no company will want to perform at a loss. You understand? Every company is into this business to make money. By the time they start performing at a loss, it's already a problem. So the costs are really getting out of the reach because of production costs, exchange rates, and what have you. Those are the issues. So it is true
that they are not really doing so well.
No, at all. Because of this naira dollar exchange rate, it's too much.
The same problem that you have emphasized, that is the economic situation,
yes,
also made a lot of people to resort to phytomedicine or alternative or complementary medicine, as the case may be. And what do you think the complementary medicine has fared in the last 1 year?
Yes, while graduating from EBU in 79-80 session, I overheard the WHO saying go alternative, go herbal, because they have a lot of, apart from the prevailing situation, they have a lot of issues with conventional medicine. That time will come when alternative medicines is likely to dominate, and that time has come. So alternative medicine is something approved by WHO, and WHO is the overall one guiding the health concerns of the entire world. So it's not as if it's an illegal thing. It is a recognized form of treating human beings all over the world.
Okay, like you heard in the introduction.
Yes.
I said that some smart countries, like the Asian countries, the Europe, and United States of America, and the rest of them, those countries have taken to alternative or complementary medicine over the years, and they are making a hell of money out of it. How do you think we can do such in Nigeria in order to complement revenue generation of the federal government?
Our revenue from alternative medicine is still very low, $50 million. When we are talking about current projections by the Polaris Research Group, as I speak with you, is $411.2 billion alternative medicine. And when you talk about business world over, you talk of comparative advantage. The research I'm doing, the research my colleagues are doing, we have captured herbalism in Nigeria. That is the use of herbals in solving human beings' medical problem. I can say we have captured it, because critical areas of medical issues can be resolved through the use of herbal medicine, phytomedicine. There are different names you can call it.
Yeah.
So Nigeria as a country should take a larger advantage. $411.2 billion. That is what the Polaris Research Group says today. The herbal medicine business all over the world has grown to that. And Nigeria, we are 50 million.
Out of the 411.
Yes, we are $50 million. So we have a lot of big room to grow our herbal. Why do I say this? We have the comparative advantage. Do you know that of this 411.2, Europe countries and those Asian countries you are saying, Europe has 48% of this business.
48% of the 400 and...
Yes, is domiciled in the Western countries, whereas we have the comparative advantage. And I'll give you reasons. If we can treat an enlarged heart without a complicated open heart surgery, which the West knows, $100,000 to do an open heart surgery in America. People have to disappear from America and enter Mexico, and they got kidnapped. They went for surgery. The surgery there is $60,000. They do a complicated open heart surgery. They got kidnapped, 2 were released, they went in their surgery, went back. The following week, 10 people still cross over. The kidnapping notwithstanding because of the price differentials. And here in Nigeria, we don't even need to touch you to bring your large heart back to normal. This is a monopoly as far as I'm concerned, 1. 2, you talk about issues of glaucoma, cataract, and all those that you must do an operation to get it done. 1.2, 1.9 billion to do such an operation for glaucoma and cataract, when you can resolve it unoperatively. 3, if you have a big wound on the leg, it can be resolved without you losing your leg by way of amputation for people who are having chronic diabetic with an unhealed ulcer of the leg. We have discovered that in Nigeria here. Then you look at issues of kidney and liver can be reversed. A kidney that is transplanted will last 8 to 10 years only. All this can be done unoperatively, including fibroid. So, with all these critical areas I've mentioned, including sickle cell, anemia, which doctors are battling their head. How is it possible? It's a DNA issue. It's God that heals. And when we use the local herbs here, we get results. We get genotype changed. A patient I treated, a doctor cornered her. They took her blood 10 times to see if the genotype actually changed.
Confirm, no?
The 10 times they did it came AA. 10 times. Or the lady that just finished from a university in Bayelsa now. She wanted to go to America. They said go and do 3 lab tests. When she went to collect, the 3 are reading AS from different labs. What else? So, madam, we are appealing to the Honorable Minister of FCT, and I'm happy he has put partnership in place that he could partner with people. And I'm sure he's an innovative minister. We will partner and make money and share it in partnership fund between FCDA to federal government and our organization. And Abuja will become the fulcrum of herbal medicine treatment all over the world. And the name of Nigeria will go up and we will be respected in the Committee of Nations. So we are appealing to the Honorable Minister, and I'm sure this weekend, if he didn't travel, I'm sure he's listening to ASO television, and I'm ready to meet him. I'm speaking to some of his key directors to talk to him before we meet.
Like I mentioned, a problem of cost. Now, some persons have made a complaint that the cost of orthodox drugs is going beyond the reach of an ordinary Nigerian. What can we say of the cost of herbal drugs?
You cannot compare the two.
Because there are some of your colleagues, allegedly, some persons, it was alleged that some of your colleagues, some persons in the inventors of orthodox herbal medicine are also trying to play on the intelligence or to take advantage of people's misfortune to make a hell of money when they are cracks.
No, I don't think so. A few, you cannot say it for everybody. Those who are treating of heart ailments, how much are they paying? And this is something you can lose your life. What we are doing.
Do with life.
Yes, what we are doing has no high risk. A person of age 70 to 80, you are putting him on a table to operate him for 10 to 15 hours to clear the heart. He may give up, and in most cases they give up. So if I take that and I get 30 million or 40 million, that is not anything compared to the risk involved in the normal medical balance of those long hours of operation, which at the end of the day 50-50 may end up in debt.
Now let's talk about the economic benefits.
Yeah,
you have said that your association is working to partner with the FCT minister and the federal government.
Yes.
In general.
Yes.
What steps have you taken in this direction? And at the end of the day, how much do you think Nigeria can make from phytomedicine? And the employment issue in Nigeria, how much do you think your sector can accommodate?
This is a good question. I was invited over the last 7 days to Arewa House, where in analyzing Tinubunomics in the launching of his book, his lifelong ambition to become the president of Nigeria. Some books were written on him, and I was invited to talk about in analyzing Tinubunomics. The professor analyzed that one of those things is to unlock health, unlock education. And when it came to health, I was invited to address the gathering. And I told them, this is a research I have done for 37 years to the glory of God, and some discoveries that people will like have also been made. And I told most of them there that a lot of you here have hypertension, a lot of you here have diabetics. You are unable to meet your wife to deliver dividends of marriages. And all the people on the high table were all looking at me and clapping hand. And that in the course of this research, we've been able to have that solution that causes some kinds of funny quarrel between the man and woman in a marriage setting. Say what? There is a fact that people's penal system, women, as they age with infection and what have you, their penal system reduces to very, very small size. Very frightening. It's a big problem, I am aware. And we've been able to do research that our approved product has the capacity to elongate the penal system that silences this type of issue in the home setting. And to demonstrate it, I gave everybody on the high table a set for free.
A set of what?
A set of the drugs that could solve those small problem that causes a quarrel between a man and a woman that is never explained to a third party in the home setting.
You did do for us on national television.
Your own is in the car.
Okay.
You know, so you can imagine this one I'm talking about will sell to billions. Because men don't joke with it. There's no man you tell that you have this. What he says next is, where is it? Where is it? From my experience. And when you talk about getting it outside, you know, you compare it with Viagra. Viagra has a lot of side effects that you could even quench while having a normal relationship with your wife because of being a chemical and the way it interacts with the human system.
Let's not go to Viagra.
Yes. No, I'm just giving the distance by comparison. I'm not, you know. So we have a lot of advantages with our herbal products. Cost-wise, it's not comparable to the cost of
Othodox.
Tagamet, asthma, Ventolin inhaler, and all those. Go and look for the cost now and report back. And yet our own takes care of asthma forever. Asthma will go and will not come back. Not this one go and come. Ulcer has become, I think almost all families in the world have ulcer. And what it does, it hides. A man and a woman, the woman will have ulcer, it will affect the woman most. But the husband will not be that as affected as the wife. In another setting, the man is affected most. This is how ulcer operates. And the moment I start treating people and include the ulcer treatment, you know, I get results. And that is why we hear of ulcer kits, ulcer bath, Zantac, omeprazole, Flagyl, Amoxil. The ulcer will be like this. But in our own case, it is gone to the glory of God.
What are you doing again? I asked this question. What are you doing with the government in terms of partnership?
Yes.
Ensuring that
that's why I'm saying this on the television, because I know senior government officials may listen to this and may become interested, so that we can generate our GDP for the country, so that the area they are not thinking of making money from is just lying fallow. One of such areas is herbal medicine, and we are willing to partner and then get this.
Now, we all know that the unemployment situation in Nigeria is so high, and government is doing all it can to create an enabling environment that will be favorable for people to begin to go into business, create wealth, and also create employment opportunities. Now, how do you think the value chain of phytomedicine can accommodate the unemployed in Nigeria?
As soon as there is partnership, you know, when government comes into a team, the recognition goes higher, higher, and higher, and then you have increased production, you have increased demand for raw material. For instance, what are my own raw materials? Soya beans, tomatoes, bitter leaf, water leaf. Small scaleholders can go into, all these young men can go into farming, and then we uptake all these things. You don't wait for anything, you uptake them as they are maturing. You buy it up and store them, because you are going to have large scale production. That is the supply chain you are talking about. Yeah. And at the end of the day, everybody is happy for it. Look at a tuber of yam now. I use yam in one of my procedure. Yam has a lot of selenium, vitamin A, even for eye. The leaf, I use it to cure pile. Yam leaf that you normally harvest and leave it to dry off. So you can see the supply chain we are talking about. We can do so many things, and the country will be happy for it.
Okay. Now that you mentioned some of the things you're using, and we have them very close to us, maybe at the end of the program, you are going to educate us before you leave this segment.
It's not a problem. It's just the way you manipulate it.
Okay.
So
all right, so take a quick break now, and we will be right back. Stay with us. Some residents in their submission across markets in the Federal Capital Territory admitted that the prevailing hike in the general prices of goods and services is affecting their purchasing power and the rate of return.
The time, but the big basket, we buy 8,000, 10,000. But now, you go buy a big basket, 120. Some 130, some 150. Criminal noise inside bush now. I don't know allowed to go do farm. If you go, they go kidnap you. Say you go bring 1 million, 2 million. Why you go see that money? When this time everybody is suffer, they find anything when you go chop. Now with the kiff.
This one would buy them before 50 naira. Now it don't cost 200 would they buy them.
This one now, before they buy 5,000 like this, if you see this basket. Now, at 25,000 I buy them today. See them, now with this. No market, everything are double now.
150, but now it's around 200 and something. Then where this country is heading to is only God that knows. Everything is really being difficult for us. Even transportation thing is the market. What you used to buy 100 is selling 300 today. Then the difference is too far. We let government intervene. If not, Nigerians are going to die.
While urging for government support in the area of an established price system, they expressed their wish to the Muslim faithful at the Salah celebration.
The only solution to this menace is, one, let the government intervene in terms of security. Let the police, the army, and all the security agents swim into action and bring down these people that are killing our farmers. Once the insecurity situation is down, you know, people can now go to farms and harvest their crops, plant more.
Now we go carry army inside bush, go fire them, put them. Even government want solve that problem. Today and tomorrow you go punish them. God, this Salah, never everybody celebrate too, because money no day. Yeah, everybody that manage the 2 1 go chop safe. A big ram now, before they sell ram plenty. But now, how many person go sell on day? Any person will come buy, you say cost. You go live on, go buy small thing or fowl. Chop. Because nobody get this money when you go buy. 1 rand you go buy 1 million.
Well, may they help us, may everything go down.
Like before, when I was not born, yes, but during time of Buhari regime, we heard that there is a price control in the market. I don't know whether the price control can work this time around. When it work for people that we are buying to, we the sellers too, we are maintaining it, and people will come to the normal level. Things are being high, there is no money to buy.
According to them, if the government is true to its responsibility, the hyperinflation experienced in the country will become a thing of the past. ILE EMEJE, ASO Television News. Welcome back, and the professor is still here with us to take a lot of our questions, confusion, and some other things that need to be cleared in the orthodox medicine and the alternative medicine, in between the lines. Doctor, for more emphasis and better understanding, can you also bring us to speed of an allegation by some persons, some citizens, some Nigerians have alleged that the inventors and promoters of alternative medicine are taking advantage of their situation, that is the sicknesses and diseases that they go through, particularly in the area of kidney diseases. Someone had a kidney problem in Nigeria and was supposed to be to travel abroad, but they never had the money. And then all of a sudden, somebody approached him that there's so and so around who say, I'm not going to mention the name of that man, that the man has claim to cure kidney. And you know, they went there, but the cost was so high. It was beyond them. It was higher than what they would have gone to pay abroad. So how will you respond to this? Madam, I will not agree with you to say that it's higher than the cost would have paid abroad. I don't think so. And I will give practically, anybody that comes to me is save life first. Money is not the issue. Capacity to save the life first. And I want to give practical examples. One of the non-communicable diseases is sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is treated at Lut now. Yes, Lut with some private group is $800,000. Yes, one sickle cell. Per patient? Yes. If you compute that, you know how much that is. I treated for 10 months to get a cure, and it's below 5 million. You are hearing me? So if you juxtapose these two costs, you can see that nobody is taking advantage, because I am aware of what is charged at Lut here in Nigeria. And the procedure has a lot of risk. Not everybody is even allowed to undergo the treatment. You need to have certain qualities. If you have some qualities, you cannot undergo the treatment. A lady came to me recently that she went to Egypt with the daughter to treat for 84 million. Kidney problem. Sickle cell. I'm just giving you an example so that when we make statements, I'm aware of all this, and I still limit myself at 5. There are some who don't even have the money. What do we do? We are still treating them. And you can confirm from various patients. Now coming to kidney disease. Kidney disease is such a big problem. I have been able to do research for 37 years to get close to resolving kidney disease, and I treated the journalist whom I brought here. He was told to do 3 dialysis locally here and then prepare 36 million to go abroad. I didn't take cover from him, but I have cured him. Mr. George is a journalist. You can reach him. You have reached him before. He has been here before. So if, for instance, I charge between 5 to 10 million or even 20 million for 6 months, it may even extend beyond 6 months. But the good thing about the treatment is that I don't charge after I have given you the first charge. No matter how long it takes you to get off the disease, I keep on giving you the medication. So we should be very, very careful when we criticize, because this research we are doing, nobody contributes to it. We find our way to do, research
carries a lot of money, a lot of tests. For instance, as we speak now, I have devoted to Steve Jobs, who died of pancreatic cancer, the internet mafia who died of pancreatic cancer. I have initiated with a top-level university. They have just given the rats the cancer markers that will lead them to develop cancer of the pancreas as I speak with you. And they have succeeded because a number of those mice have developed pancreatic cancer. Maybe from next week after Salah, they will start administering my own combo that will resolve the cancer for the whole world to see. We put it on the internet. So these are scientific basis of what we do. It's not something your mother or father handed over to you. It costs money to do all this. And this is something that does not have solution around us here. Pancreatic cancer. So we charge just minimally to be able to recover back what we have spent. And that my colleague you are talking about, I will talk to him so that you will see that there's a need to treat Nigerians better than what he's doing right now. Because I know the facility. You don't need to mention him, but I know the facility.
Doctor, a lot of people that are following us on this program who are suffering from one of the ailments you mentioned or the other may also want to know what you have done when it comes to toxicology. Is it toxicology people call it, or the scientific basis, your findings, the tests and all that you have, the work, the research you have done with the NAFDAC, Standard Organization of Nigeria, and of course the World Health Organization.
No, NAFDAC is the issue, not SOMs.
Okay, NAFDAC.
NAFDAC is the issue. NAFDAC has the necessary approval, the authority, the everything. Yes, when we have reached that level to pass to NAFDAC, we pass to them. But you know, NAFDAC is all over, it's everywhere. They come to our premises from time to time to make sure that what we are doing is in line with their approval and all that. They are aware.
While I ask the question,
yes,
all about the dosage, because at times when you are taking herbal, in some climes, especially at the village level, they will give you, maybe put one big plate, the local plate we call mudu. They will measure the local drugs and they ask you to finish it. And a lot of people are skeptical.
No, we are past that level. We are past that level.
Okay.
NAFDAC has streamlined all this. Like what I'm telling you they're doing in the university with me now, is standardized. The products I send to them, even though they are NAFDAC approved, they have to subject them, extract them, and standardize them to 300 milligram to 500 milligram before giving it to the animals. All that has been done. So by the time we are forwarding whatever we have to NAFDAC, it's already in standardized form. So this one does not arrive. This was the old blackmail. They used to give herbal medicine, you take one bowl of this, take one bowl of that. We are past that. And NAFDAC has invited us in the past to be as facilitators, to talk to these local owners of this patent of the various discoveries, to tell them that I have been passing my things through nitrate to NAFDAC, and they have never stolen any of my discoveries. Because their fear is, if you go and give what you know to somebody, the person will take it over. Even Dr. Baraka did this under President Olusegun Obasanjo. The chief physician to the president invited me to follow him to Dr. Baraka. That Obasanjo said, if the disease something center in America gets this Baraka's formula, analyze it, work on it, it will help take the name of Nigeria up.
Which is true.
Which is very, very good for the former president. This is what we expect every other person. Instead of keeping quiet when discoveries are made, follow it up. You know, nobody has 10 heads. The ones, the heads they have is the same head we have. Let me give you an example. While I was working in government, the Federal Minister of Health wrote me that Cuba has discovered a non-chemical for the treatment and cure of cancer. I should come and go to Cuba. The Benamodi, you know, I did not go because they didn't give me money. I used my own money to sponsor 2 of my staff working under me to go to Cuba with samples of my medicine, to go and do exhibition, participate and come back. When we went, they used the medicine. They were impressed with the result of what they used them for, and got my staff to sign an MOU with the Cuba state for them to represent my company in Cuba, and I represent them here. This is about 15 years ago. Only for Benamod after some years to have discovered his own cure for cancer, validated by America, the biggest university in America, the University of Texas. My products were analyzed in the lab and were found to have 90% in resolving cancer of the colon and cancer of the lungs. Is that a mere achievement? Then
it's a welcome development.
People pretended nothing happened, but when Cuba did their own, they said I should go.
Because of time, Doctor.
Yes.
Suppose the government and indeed the world embrace the use of alternative medicine. How can we now, you and your group, those in the alternative medicine, how do you think you can meet up with the demand quickly?
The meet up is not an issue. We have, I said, 48% of all this herbal medicine of $411.2 billion is within the European countries. Why we have the comparative advantage, and yet we are not gaining anything. They are coming here, packing those things. Even the Chinese are going to our forest in my village. They carry logs of wood and other things, midnight, trailers, come from our forest, going towards the port. We have plenty of these raw materials in this country to do whatever we claim we are doing.
Okay.
So it will not be a problem.
All right. With all of this, what do you think the government can do?
Let the partnership happen.
The revenue.
Yes, too. The GDP of the country.
Yes.
And then to give government a good name, so that Nigerian government will be respected in the Committee of Nations worldwide. When Trump was president, he said we are only interested in marrying wives and killing ourselves. Nigerians specifically. Can Trump tell us, I have a discovery that cured COVID? He gave 2.5 million to Madagascar as grant for a COVID medicine that is not as effective as my own. Now we are talking of cancer cure. Cancer is not a joke. 9 million. The new research report that came out. Non-communicable disease has increased to 41 million global death. #1 killer of human beings all over the world.
What should government do?
Government should immediately let us partner with government and then allow us media just like your own and others, so that we can have increased patronage of this material. Government will take their relevant taxes, where we have partnership of 50-50, 60-40, whatever. Everybody takes his own, and the supply chain issue you just said, the bigger population can get engaged in different farming, and we are good to go.
All right. We have spent a lot of our time, and as we round off, tell us in 2 minutes what you, as a phyto director, you are the director of the African Alternative Medicine Center.
Worldwide.
Nigeria.
No, worldwide.
Okay, worldwide. What have you done to support the government in terms of corporate social responsibility?
I treat people who don't even have the money to pay.
For free?
Yes. It's one of those things. When I see a patient doesn't have the capacity and the distance, I allow him or her go.
Assuming one choose to come to ASO Radio and Television Service to ask for...
Madam, I will do that and I will report back to you. I say whatever I say I do. I am not part of those people. Then I'm always like this, and I'll continue to be like this.
All right. Now, like I said earlier, I said in the course of this program, you're going to tell us what we can use in this season at least to sustain our health on a peripheral basis as we round off.
Well, a lot of people I did a program with NTA which was aired today. If you are sitting outside too much, you can use the back of red onion. You can put it in very hot water, then filter it, put it in a glass container that has a spray nozzle. You spray it around there, mosquito will not bite you. You can use lemongrass. You plant it very close to the entrance of your house. With the kind of smell they ooze out, mosquitoes are not will not enter your this thing. And then scent leaf, the same thing, or dry them halfway. You put matches on them, it will burn. That scent that comes out of it, even in your own room, you will not hear one noise. And then you can use a cucumber, you put baking soda, you cut them into pieces, you put it, rats, cockroaches, and all these things will run. The wall gecko, and I'm working on it, they will all disappear. Okay. If a house is infested with rat, and you do what I'm saying now, the following morning you will not hear pim about one of them anymore. And you know there's increasing zoonotic diseases that are coming through animals like rat. So you need to do this, because all this Zika virus, all this avian influenza through the fowl and what have you, and so on. So it is very, very important. And because of the cold going around, you can boil, you can have pure honey, half lime, mix it with pure honey, and be taking it. Catarrh will go away.
All right. Your last word.
My last word is to appeal to the Honorable Minister, the innovative, the performing Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, from the way you've seen the roads, from the way you've seen in various areas. I'm begging him for partnership, so that we showcase, so that we increase tourism into the Federal Capital Territory, so that it will be said that it was when His Excellency Oga Wike was in charge. And for those that may want to meet me, I am on 808-37-899-735. 080-37-899-735.
All right, and with that advice, we have come to the end of this edition of Business and Economy. The guest is the Managing Director of African Alternative Medicine Worldwide. It's Professor Ben Anagi. Prof, I want to thank you for finding time today on this edition of Business.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
All right, and to our esteemed audience, we appreciate you for spending part of your time with us. Enjoy the rest of the program. I am ILE EMEJE.